Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to make this cute little wreath for beginners. I'm going to go nice and slow so that y'all can follow along. For this you'll just need some yarn. I'm going to be using the I Love This yarn, and the other yarn I'll be using is actually just a Walmart yarn. So any size 4 medium weight yarn will work with this needle size. I'm going to be using a size H crochet hook today, but you really could use a G, H, or an I, okay? And this is a 5mm crochet hook. You'll also need a pair of yarn scissors, and you may need a yarn needle for finishing off your work. And that is all. All right, shall we get started? I'm gonna go nice and slow for you guys, okay? So this will be really beginner friendly. So to start out, we're going to make a slip knot. So an easy beginner slip knot is to take your yarn and swoop it down and around and then under to make what I think looks like a pretzel. I'm going to give myself a little more room here. Okay, so we're going to take your yarn. Oh, let me put that down. Take your yarn, swoop it down and around, and then take your end, toss it under like that. So you've got this little pretzel shape or a little heart. Then we're going to take our hook and put it under this part. And then hold the two ends to the sides of the pretzel and lift up, up, up until that little pretzel closes up and you just have a little knot on there, okay? And that's our slip knot. Now we're going to make 14 chains. So we've got, for a chain, you're going to hold the slip knot in place kind of with one little finger there. I'm using my ring finger to kind of hold it there so it doesn't move. Then you bring your yarn down and around, and then you kind of hold the slip knot with the other hand so that you can bring your hook through with the yarn on it, and that's one chain. I'll do it again. There's 2. There's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and now you can see I'm kind of holding the chain whenever I bring my hook through the yarn. So I bring the yarn back and over, and then I kind of hold the chain so it stays in place while I pull this through. And otherwise it would get all twisted up and crazy. And so you have to hold it so it doesn't move. So you yarn over, then hold your little chain so you can pull that hook through. And you see the hook is like grabbing that yarn and pulling it through. And then you kind of keep using this finger to hold this chain when you bring the yarn over. Then hold your chain and bring that yarn through. And you're going to continue that until you have 14 little chains. Now, if you're having trouble with the chain that we're making right now, go ahead and take a look at my video, How to Chain. It's lesson 2 in my How to Crochet series. And if you had trouble with the slip knot, that's lesson 1, so you can take a look at that too. All right, now, how many chains do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need one more. So yarn over, and pull my hook through. Now I have 14. Now I'm going to loop my chain around, and I'm going to put my hook into the very first chain. So I'm just going to find a little hole in there. So I'm going under one piece of yarn there. You can see that the first chain kind of has like two sides and then one that goes down into the middle. 1, 2, and then there's the one going down into the middle. I'm going to go down under just this one. And then I'm going to move this tail out of the way. I'm going to take my yarn again holding this in place so that it doesn't go crazy. Okay. Hold that. Move this tail out of the way, yarn over, and then I'm going to hold this side of the chain while I pull my hook through one, and then hold this side while I pull it through there. So what I've done is just closed up my chain so that now I've got a little loop. I'm going to do that again just in case that was confusing for you guys, okay? All right, so I'm in my last chain. I'm going to loop it around. I'm going to put my hook into that first chain just under one piece of yarn. And now I'm going to grab my working yarn, so the one that's connected to my ball of yarn, the one that's connected to my hook here, and I'm going to bring it over my hook. And now I'm going to hold this chain while I pull my yarn through. And then I'm going to hold this side while I pull it through over here. And now I've got a little ring, and it's going to be my wreath. So now see, I've got a little circle. So now we're going to yarn over and pull our yarn through once again, and now I'm holding the circle to pull it through. And now I've got one chain, so there's a little chain one going up. Now inside this ring here, I'm going to make 28 single crochets. So I'm going to put my hook down into the circle. I'm going to grab my yarn and bring it up. Then I'm going to kind of hold it while I yarn over and bring my hook through both little loops. And I've made one single crochet. I'm going to do that 27 more times so that I have 28 single crochets. So I'm going to insert my hook into my ring. I'm going to grab that yarn and bring it up. Then I'm going to yarn over, then hold everything while I pull my hook through those two loops. Now I have 2 single crochets in my circle. I'm going to do that again. Insert my hook, grab that yarn and pull it up, wrap my yarn around and pull it through the 2 loops. There's 3 single crochets. Put my hook down in my circle, grab my yarn, pull it up, bring my yarn around and bring it on through the 2 loops. I'm going to do that over and over and over again until I have 28. And if this is difficult for you, it's okay. I have a little tutorial on how to do single crochets that might help you out a little bit. But this, let's see if I can give you some tips here. So you insert your hook and you just grab that yarn and you pull it back up through your ring, and you kind of